There
you go.
Okay, I think we are recording. Alexa says hi. Hi, Alexa. Okay, so I have all the adults unmuted.
You need to unmute Olivia, it looks like, and Julia.
Okay, wait. There we go. Okay, and then.
And then maybe we'll go through and have everybody introduce themselves, and then we can start.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
For all of our adults, anyways. Not that most of the girls don't know, but.
Right.
Yes.
A lot of these girls watch you guys all the time. Okay. Let's see. What time is it?
11:03.
What do you think, Case? You ready to get started?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do introductions.
Okay, awesome. All right, well, all the U of I girls, thank you so much for coming on. These are all of our team girls ranging all different levels. So what we can do is I'll just go across the top of my screen, and everyone can just say their name. They can say what level you are, and maybe your favorite event, and then we'll just go down the line. All right, well, Case, we're going to start with you because you're at the top of my screen.
I'm Casey. I'm a level professional. And my favorite event to coach is bars.
Awesome. My name's Kelsey. I also am a coach at CGA, and my favorite event to coach is also bars. All right, Eddie, you're going to be the first one, all right? You ready for that?
I say my name and what my
your
favorite.
Level and your favorite event.
Oh, okay. So I'm Eddie. I am level 4, and I like beam.
Love it. Thank you, Eddie. Okay, I'm gonna meet you. All right, Joe, you're up.
I'm Joe. I like bars, and I'm level 3.
Level 3, awesome. All right, Tessa, you are up.
I am Tessa. I am a junior at the U of I, and my favorite event is floor.
Awesome. All right, Allie, go ahead, girlie.
My name is Allie, but I go by Taka in gym. I'm a level 5, and my favorite event is, I think floor.
Floor. Love it. All right, Izzy, go ahead, girl.
My name is Izzy, and I'm level 5, and my favorite event is bars.
Bars. Love it. All right, Lex, your turn.
What's up? My name's Lexi. I'm level 8, and my favorite event is floor.
Yeah, girl. All right, Jalen, you guys can go ahead.
My name is Jalen, and I'm a level college, and my favorite event is bars.
What year are you in college?
I'm a junior.
Junior. Awesome.
I'm Casey. I'm also a junior, and my favorite event is beam.
Beam. Love it. All right, Preston, go ahead.
My name is Preston. My favorite event is floor, and I'm a level 7.
Awesome. Okay, Alexa, you're up, girlie.
My name is Alexa, and I'm a level 4, and my favorite event is beam.
Awesome. All right, Kayla, go ahead.
My name is Kayla. I'm a level 2, and my favorite event is vault.
Vault, I love it.
We got a vault. Yeah.
I love that. All right, Paisley, your turn, honey.
My name is Paisley. I'm a level 4, and my favorite event is bars.
Bars. Awesome. Love all the bars. All right, Julia, go ahead.
My name's Julia, and my favorite event is beam, and I'm a freshman on the team.
Freshman. Awesome. Thank you. All right, Ray, go ahead.
My name is Ray. I am a senior on the gymnastics team, and I like vault and bars equally. That's a hard one.
That is a hard one. Yeah, I love it. All right, Savannah, go ahead.
I'm Savannah, and my favorite event is beam, 100%. And
Level 3. All right, Olivia, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Olivia. I'm a freshman on the gymnastics team, and my favorite event is bars.
Bars. I love all these bars. All right, Davis ladies, you are up.
My name is Kate. I'm level 2, and my favorite event is floor. My name is Violet. I'm also a level 2, and my favorite event is bars.
Awesome. All right, Maya, are you still there? What happened to Maya?
Just a little frozen.
Can you hear me, Maya?
Yeah.
Okay, you're up.
My name is Maya, and I'm an Excel Platinum, and my favorite event is probably floor.
Floor. All right. Oh, they got me mute you again. All right, Genevieve, go ahead.
My name is Genevieve. My favorite event is vault.
Vault? Oh, you're vault champion of
Genevieve's the vault state champion.
Woo! All right, and then let's see, Aaliyah, I think you're our last one. Go ahead, Aaliyah.
I am Aaliyah. I am a level 3, and my favorite event is vault.
Yeah, another vault. All right.
My face hurts smiling.
All right. Well, I thought we would start off, and U of I girls, you guys can, yeah, I don't care who speaks. Any of you guys can speak. All of you guys can speak. But we'll just throw out some questions. But the first thing we want to start off with is, how are you guys dealing with this kind of COVID time, not being able to train on the equipment, and what are you doing at home to kind of keep yourself occupied during this time? So whoever wants to start can go ahead.
So I've been doing a lot of workouts from just like a normal like kind of workout program. Our coach said they were doing like a free trial, so we kind of all tried it, and we're sending each other like after we do the workout like day 1, day 2, and we kind of keep everyone updated. But a lot of cardio, a lot of legs, and then I've actually for stretching been doing yoga, which has been super nice. Because I have some tension in my hips normally, and I never really have like, I've wanted to try, you know, extra stretching yoga type stuff, but I haven't yet. But then being in quarantine, I was like, oh, this is the perfect time. So I've been doing that to open up my hips. It's been super nice. And then other than that, we've been doing a lot of mental training. Our coaches like gave us stuff, and since you can't actually do your skills right now, it's nice to be able to still maintain the mental side of the skills.
I love that.
Rose, does that sound familiar to what your coaches have been asking you to do?
Yeah, we just kind of started diving into a little bit of the mental training. What are you guys, and again, anyone can answer, what are you guys kind of doing for your mental training right now?
We're doing a lot of like visualization and just kind of like imagining like meets from this season, just kind of remembering the feeling and just like going back and like thinking about what we did last season to help us grow and what we need to do upcoming and to stay like mentally strong so we can continue on a bang right when we get to come back into practice.
I like that. Yeah, one of the things we were talking about is kind of how you visualize. So we're talking about like you can visualize yourself actually like as if you were a judge watching your own routine, or kind of visualizing like what you see when you're doing your routine. So like if you're on bars, like you see the floor or the ceiling or whatever you're seeing. What do you guys, like how do you guys visualize your own routines?
I try to do both. I visualize one from the judge's standpoint and one as I'm actually doing it. And I do that before meets too. So it's kind of a constant thing I do in and outside of the gym.
I like that. Anyone else?
Yeah, I do the same. I like to see it how like someone else is going to see it when I visualize, but then when I do it more so what I'm seeing, I like to like feel it in my body, because then it's like I'm actually like, connecting like what I am seeing with like how my body actually feels while I'm doing it. But I don't do that as much when I'm like watching myself do it, because it's more about like the visual for that one.
Right. Yeah, pretty. Hey, CGA girls, pretty cool how even at a college level, they're kind of still doing all the same things we're doing, right? Thumbs up. Are you guys all doing that? Okay, good. We were talking about visualization, so I hope you guys are all doing that. So when you guys first got the news that you weren't going to be able to practice or finish your season, and I know Ray, you said you're a senior, so that's probably like a big thing to take in. Like, what did you guys like? How did you guys react to that as a team? How did you guys kind of think about like, hey, this is not the best thing, but how kind of did you look for the bright side in all of it, or on the positive side? How did you guys stay positive through that?
I think it was definitely tough at first. We all met with our coaches at the gym, and they kind of told us. But a lot of the things that they talked about was how this could be a really good positive where we could stay connected with our teammates even when we're not with them, which I think is really cool because even being a senior and being done, a lot of people on the team have reached out to me and wanted to stay in touch when we're not physically together. So I think having that support system and turning that into a positive where how we can grow as a team and be close and talk to each other and goof around still, I think that's kind of how a lot of people took it. So that's my own opinion. You guys can speak on your thing.
Yeah, Julia, we haven't heard from you in a little bit. Oh, you're muted. Oh no. Sorry. Okay, hold on. There we go. My bad.
I was about to like send it in the chat, like I was muted, but
sorry.
So yeah, like the day that we things kind of all went down, we still had like a really normal practice. We had a really good practice because nothing was for sure yet. And then once like we all did find out, it was like we were all like obviously sad at first. I was like pretty upset because like we had been working like all of the season to like keep going in until the end. But you know, like as time went on, I think we all like realized how like some good can come out of it and how we can like still improve stuff at home even though we're not together. So yeah, that's kind of my take on it.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, Lexi says, yeah, I kind of felt that. Oh, Lex, you're so cute. I miss. Case, I saw you had your hand up. Did you have a question?
Yeah, so this is something that I feel like is worth talking about just because this is not our entire girls team. You know, we've got several people who have participated in parts of what we're offering as far as virtual content goes. But there's some that are struggling and some that are struggling to buy into it for whatever reason. So I wanted to know from you guys if you're experiencing that at all with any of your teammates, and if you are, how you are working to try to get them engaged in what you're doing as a team when you can't be physically together.
I think we've been pretty good about it. All of us have been pretty checked into the whole virtual getting together and everything. We have weekly team meetings. Yeah, we have our group chat with all of our teammates that kind of we'll talk in every day. And our group Snapchat, I don't know if any of you girls have one with your teammates too, but we do a lot of that stuff. So even if it isn't strictly Zoom calls talking about gymnastics, we're still contacting each other to kind of stay in the loop with one another and just making sure that everyone's doing what they can at home to come back and be where they need to be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We also like on top of like the bigger like conversations like with group chats or like Zoom calls, like even just like kind of what I mentioned before, like we're all like when this started, we're like, oh, let's do this workout program and we're gonna send a picture every day when we're like sweaty, like after our workout, and it kind of just like keeps you accountable, but also you see your teammates working hard, so like you want to also work hard as well. So that was a good thing, just like very little, just once a day type picture, like with a thumbs up, like all sweaty, like workout's done type. And that kind of just keeps everyone like thinking about like that everyone's staying active and stuff, which was good.
I love that sweaty selfie.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Tessa on that, because when you see somebody else's picture, you're like, dang, like I haven't worked out today, or I didn't go for a walk, that kind of thing. So you kind of want to get your picture out there. And I also think that it's nice that our coaches have kind of joined. I mean, the way I think of it is like a little game, like we're all like posting our workouts, and I think it's really cool that our coaches have also gotten involved, and Natalie will post stuff and Caitlin, and so I totally agree with Tessa on that part. It kind of encourages everybody to just keep their bodies moving in any way they can, really.
I love that. Yeah, we actually started a little, we call it our QGA page. So instead of Champaign Gymnastics Academy, we have a Quarantine Gymnastics Academy page. And we've had some girls posting them working out in there, which has been fun. But I would love to see some sweaty selfies from y'all.
Kelsey, I think Kayla had something that maybe she wanted to share.
Yeah, let's get Kayla on there, okay? When I'm looking for her on my screen. There she is.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Kayla, did you have a question for the girls?
No, I have this.
Oh,
Kayla, you are the cutest.
I love it. Kayla, that's so
amazing.
She's so great.
That's so great. Thank
Yeah,
you for
I'm gonna go
sharing.
cry now. See you guys.
So great. I love that.
You're amazing.
Well, before we open up, I know we're going to open up to a Q&A in a little bit, but before we open up to a Q&A, I was wondering if any of you guys want to kind of share your story to get to college athletics and like how you overcame obstacles in your JO career to kind of make it to that top level of the sport.
Don't mind me. I'm just gonna cry for a little bit.
Getting to college gymnastics was definitely like a journey because at the beginning of like my career, once I started reaching like higher levels, like it was kind of hard to stay motivated just because I like had like some bad coaches and some injuries, but I just always like knew my bigger goal was to compete like for a big team and just like get that feeling of like doing it for your sport and your team. So I just kind of remembered to like look at the bigger picture when there was like those hard days in the gym where I just was feeling unmotivated or felt like an injury was like overcoming me. I just knew that I could get through anything if I just kind of kept that goal in the back of my mind. And just having the support of your teammates always is helpful. So yeah.
Yeah, we did a lot of, I coached level 3, and we did a lot of goal setting in level 3 this year to kind of help us keep our mind focused for meets. We like would set goals for each of our meets, and I love that, kind of having the big picture goal in the back of your mind. Yeah. Anyone else want to share any like crazy obstacles or anything they had to overcome?
I was definitely like a lot of you guys. I played a lot of sports growing up other than gymnastics. I played soccer until high school. And so
wow.
it's really hard playing both soccer and then doing gymnastics at the same time. But it took me kind of making that decision to pick my sport, not saying you guys have to pick your sport. But then committing to gymnastics, I actually had a lot of injuries, and it was really hard to stay motivated through injuries. But then, I mean, like Livia said, sometimes we didn't have the best coaches, but I know all of you guys have the best coaches because I've worked with them, and they're amazing. So you guys don't have but having coaches that support you like Casey and Kelsey and everyone does, like you guys are on the right track. And I think just knowing that regardless of your injury or regardless of the situation, like you can always push through and become either a better person, a better gymnast, and whatever you want out of your gymnastics career.
I love that. Yeah. Awesome. Do any of you girls have any questions about it? Just like you can raise your hand if you have a question.
No question.
No.
Okay, so I have one. We have a kid on this call who is dealing with a back injury, pretty serious one. Have any of you guys ever, I mean, I know you've all dealt with injuries, but has anybody dealt with back injuries specifically, or just wants to share their injury experience and how they came back from that?
Freshman year of high school, I had a fracture in one of my vertebrae in the spine. So I remember that was really hard because I had to wear like a rough, like hard back brace, like the first like month of like.
Want to share theirs?
Yeah. Kristen, are you wearing your brace?
23 hours a day.
Yeah, I made mine pink, so I think like that helped. Like, I don't know, I just thought it was fun. And I remember that was pretty hard, but I just like tried to continue to do all my exercises at home that my physical therapist gave me, because I knew if I wanted to get back, I had to do the small things to help my back heal. And just remember like that it is pretty hard right now being sitting out, but just know that you need this time to heal your body. So once everything's back, you can get ready to roll. Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
love it.
Thank you.
Mhm. Yeah.
Ray, I know you had some pretty serious injuries more recently. How did you manage those and what helped you get through it?
Yeah, definitely having my teammates support me and knowing that they have my back was really helpful, because my first injury, my foot injury, my junior year, so last year, it kind of came at a little bit of a tough time just in my life in general. So just having the support of them, and then also my mindset kind of changed about gymnastics, and taking every turn, like not taking anything for granted, and just having this attitude that like I'm so lucky to do this sport, and that kind of switched my mindset. So I think with the second injury, that was also definitely hard because I was just getting back, but just knowing that I did all that I could in the background, which was really helpful. So like Olivia was saying, just if you guys are injured or if you're going through a little bit of a tough time with ailments or injuries, just do your best to try and do stuff that like your physical therapist or your coaches, they know a lot about how our bodies work and stuff. So that was really helpful. And then also, like Olivia said, just having the teammates to support you. And I mean, us older girls, a lot of us have gone through a lot of injuries too, so you guys could always reach out to us as well, because we've been through a lot.
I love that. Yeah, I know a lot of these girls, probably all of them on here, have been at least one of your guys' meets this year. They're always rooting for the stick to get that big giant. Is this a stick of gum, right? Stick of gum?
Yeah.
That is so fun. Yeah.
Mariah, do you have a question? She does.
Okay, I'm going down there. Mariah, you're unmuted, honey.
Okay. I want to know if Ray's foot is better.
Oh, my foot is better. It's definitely, it doesn't hurt anymore, which is great. So we're all healing.
Awesome.
That's so great. Good. All right, there, she's back on mute. Are you guys still having to take classes right now? So like online classes for school?
Yeah, we are. So they moved everything virtual. So some classes have like Zoom meetings as lectures. Some, I know I have a discussion that's like a Zoom meeting. And then other ones are like they'll post a lecture or they'll post videos of them doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it hard to stay motivated to get that schoolwork done right now and get your workouts in?
Yes. Yes. It's hard to find a new routine. That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
We're all so used to our routine, whether it was coaching or doing gymnastics, and now we have to establish this whole new routine, and it's hard.
It's so hard. Oh, Mariah raised her hand again. All right.
Savannah's got a question too.
Okay, we'll go with Savannah and then Mariah. Okay, Savannah, you were unmuted. No, not yet. Not yet. Hold on. Now you're unmuted.
I kind of know how that is too, because my dad is a teacher and he posts videos, and it's just hard being quiet. Like, I like loud. I'm used to, background music of routines and things. And I have a 1-year-old brother who doesn't help very much either. Not a very long story, but I was doing a vault in my basement because I have like a cheese mat, and I almost stepped on him. Like, he was coming down the stairs and I almost stepped on him. Like,
that is so crazy, Savannah.
Yeah.
Also, Savannah, I'm going to share your exciting news that Savannah got a press handstand during quarantine time.
Look at Joe. Did you see Johanna?
Yeah.
I got to see it yesterday and I was so impressed.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Who's next? Who's getting theirs next?
Yeah, who else is getting their press handstand next? Joe?
She did, yeah.
Ellie? Love it.
Oh shoot! I said the name and then my
Alexa. Oh yeah, Alexa is Alexa, and Casey's Alexa are always going off during this time. I have to get the OK Googles. They're the way to go. Good. Well, we'll have a couple more here, and then we'll wrap it on up. But okay, so if you guys were to give like one piece of advice during this time, like you can do just this one thing, or here's my one piece of advice, what would your one piece of advice be for these younger kids? I think we have ages, our youngest is 6 on here, or 7, and then our oldest is 13. So there's 7 to 13-year-olds on here.
I would say, like, I'm sure a lot of you guys have already done something like this, but I think there's a lot of things that you can do to just like even if it's like every day I've been working on like how long I can hold a handstand, which is like something I'm not that good at, and like a handstand like isn't like a crazy skill or anything, but anything that like it's obviously safe, and I think that if there's anything like that you're able to do, then like I recommend it. And especially stuff like over splits, that's something that I'm like not that good at that I've been working on. So just like stuff like that you can like physically keep moving, and like stuff like at home workouts, like just doing some like cardio stuff in place, something that you like don't need a lot of space for. I think like anything like that makes a big difference. So
I love that. Yeah. All right, who's next? I'm ready. I need all this advice.
I think I kind of at the very beginning was kind of like think about all the things that I knew over like however long that I was like had a weakness in, or that I've like had in the back of my mind, like, oh, I wish I could really, really work on that, and just never got to it. And I know like everyone has like, whether it be flexibility or whether it be like a press handstand or you know, whatever, like your weaknesses, like from early on, you know, like what things you can work on. And so if you've had that in the back of your mind, like, I wish I was better at that particular thing, then like take this time to actually see how you can improve it. And really think about like, how can I really make this side of myself better? Like make my weakness when I come back after this, not a weakness, like it's not there anymore. So it's a very like unique time in our lives, because like we're never really going to get this time back. So it's a really cool experience to really use it to benefit yourself and like make that little thing better. So
I love that. Jay, I see that you have a question. I unmuted you if you want to ask your question.
So my family, they're mostly on TV and just like hanging out on the couch and sleeping. And I really want to do that, but like I know like I go on Zoom with Alexa a lot of times. How do I stay like focused? Like and like be like, no, I'm just gonna go on a couch and watch.
That's a good question.
Yeah. What I have done is I've made a schedule for myself, because it's been really hard to not have a schedule. So now I'll kind of have a time that I wake up, a time I do homework, and then a time I go work out. So you could even do that for yourself, saying, I'm going to wake up at 9 o'clock and I'm going to do homework until 10 o'clock. And then I'll go walk around my neighborhood for 20 minutes. And then I'll come back and I'll work on my handstand. And so just kind of giving yourself a little bit of a schedule. That way you know what you need to do. So otherwise you'll just sit on the couch. Because I know before my schedule, I watched a lot of Netflix. And so after my schedule, it's a lot easier to actually get out and do stuff.
I also had a task list, like a to-do list for the day, which are like little goals. So like today I want to do my workout, I want to work on my handstand hold, and I want to like whatever. So I would have like a few tasks that I really wanted to get done that day, and like that I wanted to like focus on my goals or whatever. And so I would use that to kind of direct like what I did. So if I did those tasks that day, I was successful, you know, I had a good day.
I like that.
I would recommend like writing those goals down, because it feels really good to just complete them and like put like a check mark or cross them out, because then you feel like you really accomplished your day, even here at quarantine. And then maybe after you accomplished all those goals, you can put like watch some Netflix, so then you feel like you like earned it.
Absolutely.
The reward. It looks like Eddie has a question too.
Oh yeah, let's get down to Eddie. Eddie, what is your
taking a lot
question?
of time out of my schedule to do like write my routines down with stick figures, and I want to know if like you guys ever like write your routines down like that, like if you just write your routines down at all and like to remember them and everything.
Yeah, we've definitely written our routines down. I'm not a very good drawer, so I usually just write words. But something else that I think is really helpful is when I do write my skills down or my dance pose or whatever, I write like strong or confident next to it or above it. And I think, because do you read over them, Eddie? Yeah, so when I read over my routines and I see like back handspring, layout, step out, tight, strong, if I'm like constantly looking over that, then I know when I go back to the gym and I do that, those words are already going to be in my mind. So I think that's great that you're drawing them down and being able to see them. And I think something else that could be helpful is just writing these strong and positive words, and that could really help keep you encouraged during this time. And so when you get back to the gym, you've already done all that mental training that your coaches have encouraged you guys to do. So that's really cool.
I love that. Yeah, I like using those positive words. That's awesome. I can't remember who was saying it. Oh, I think maybe Tessa was talking about having goals. I just saw Alexa raise her hand. Hold on. We'll go over to Alexa really quickly. She's right here. Alexa, you're on.
I just have something to share that happened to me at state that I haven't told anybody yet. Well, Eddie and Auntie Chica and Kayla know. Coach Kayla. But at state, after bars, my toe, it's my left pinky toe, it swelled up and turned like pale. And it was weird. I was like freaking out, but I mean, after the meet, it was fine. I just couldn't feel it after the meet.
Oh no. Is it all good now?
Yeah, it's fine now, but it just took a few weeks to be able to feel it.
Wow. It's pretty intense.
Yeah.
I'm glad we know that story now.
Your needed this time off.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, Tessa, I think it was maybe you were talking about like you have a daily goal each day. Have any of you guys been like looking into like the future goals? Like this is what I want to do by the end of the quarantine. This is what I want to do next season. Like have you guys written down any goals like that for yourselves?
Yeah, so my like daily goals, some of them go into like I have like quarantine goals. And there's like a few, like me is I've had very bad middle splits for like the last like 7 years. And I've always wanted to work on them. And so one of my goals is to get my middle splits down by the end of quarantine. And all my teammates know how tight my hips are. Like I'm a mountain when it comes to this. So like it's a big goal for me. So every day, like my little goals go into like some of my bigger end of quarantine goals. And then we've also talked as a team even now about what we want for our team goals. And so that's where a lot of the mental training comes in, because that's helping for our like bigger team goals by the end of this. And for next season, we've like been talking about like where we want to be with that too, even though we can't physically train right now.
I like that. That's so awesome. The middle splits. I was never good at middle splits either.
Look at Maya. She's relating hard.
Yeah, where is Maya? Maya might also be a mountain, but she knows it. Awesome. Well, Lexi, I'm surprised you haven't had any questions. Normally you're nonstop talking here, girl. I'm gonna unmute you just to see. You're unmuted.
I don't know. I don't really have any questions. Maybe like about colleges and stuff, but I didn't know if the littler kids wanted to hear about that because that's
You can
more
ask
like.
that.
I think we
Okay.
should go for it because they
Yeah,
might
go
have
for
the same kinds of goals as
If
you.
we're gonna talk about it, okay.
Let's do it.
So did any of you guys, any of the college kids, like move from far away, like to Illinois? I'm just wondering.
Yeah, most of us are out of state, I think, except for Julia and Olivia. So I'm from Georgia.
I'm from Kansas.
I'm from Colorado.
Oh,
Excellent.
excellent.
So how'd you like know to go to like Illinois? How'd you feel like this was my place to be? Because I'm about to move to California, and I don't, because the gymnastics program out there is great, but I think I might want to come back to Illinois, but I'm not for sure.
Yeah, I think a lot of us, it was coming on visits. And, well, first you obviously call coaches, you email them, and get to know them a little bit and get to know about what they want as for a gymnast. And so whether that's like personality or skill-wise, and you get to know that. And then I know for me, it was coming on a visit and getting to meet the girls on the team because it kind of felt like family. So when I came on my visit, actually, like Casey was here on my visit, Ray was here on my visit, Tessa was here, and so I got to meet them before I ever said I was going to come to Illinois, and it felt like they were already family when I came on a visit, and that's kind of how I knew that that's where I wanted to go.
That's awesome. I did the FCA coaches call with Natalie last week, and she talked so much about how the culture of your program is everything. And that's something that we talk about, especially with our older kids, but maybe you guys can relay this in layman's terms to our little guys about how the culture of the program that you're in has an impact on what you do and where you choose to be.
I know I talked to you about this, Casey, last summer when I was there. You guys have such a healthy relationship with your coaches, and that's something that I know I didn't have as much when I was in club. And so I think that's super cool that you guys already have that kind of family-based foundation, because I know coming into a college team that was like that, not really having that as much before, it was kind of weird. And so I think for a lot of you guys going in and even looking into colleges, like, you're going to know that family feel because you already have it. And I think the culture at CGA is something that is super unique. I know Tessa can talk on it too. Like, it's such a fun atmosphere, and I think it's such a loving atmosphere too. So I'm really excited for you guys to look at colleges because you'll know what fits you and what doesn't, because you guys have been very fortunate to have an amazing club.
That's awesome.
Tearing up.
How many times can I cry on this call?
I know. That makes me just miss the gym so much. Oh, so hard to be away.
Seriously.
Thank you so much. That was really nice. Thank you.
It's true. Yeah. It's true.
Genevieve, I see your hand raised. You are unmuted, Jay.
So I work out, like do abs and core and off the work list. But how is it gonna be when we go back to the gym? Like, there's gonna be like all the equipment that we're gonna have to do on it, and like I want to like keep focused like on what I can, like little things to do to help me with like the big equipment at the gym. So like how can I like stay like mentally like just doing the little things?
It's a good question. Yeah.
Good question. So Jen,
I'd say
here, go ahead, somebody. Yeah.
Sorry. Well, on the mental side of that, like that mental training that we've kind of been talking about, and really like when you're visualizing your skills or the skills you want to have, doesn't have to just be skills that you already done, but it can be your future skills that you really want. Once you come back into the gym, really find like keywords that pair with those skills, because those are going to be your mental cues when you're actually doing the skill. And so if you have your mental cues already in your head and you can practice those while you visualize it, when you go to do the skill, you're going to get it a lot quicker, or it's going to come back a lot quicker since you haven't been in the gym. So that's like the mental side. I think it would be really good for you. But then what were you gonna say, Casey? I didn't.
No,
sorry.
it's perfect advice. And
Yeah.
what we've been working on with the girls this week and last week in their visualization training is starting in their comfort zone. So their comfort zone is all of their current routines. And our eventual goal is to move that into our growth zone. So we're starting with our comfort zone, and then we're going to move into our fear zone where we start to get a little bit uncomfortable, and then our learning zone and our growth zone. And that's where we're going to start to tackle some of those new skills and those new sequences. And we're going to do it all mentally. So when we come back in the gym, then we have the ability to relate back to that mental training and hopefully connect it with what our bodies can physically do once we're able to be back in the gym.
Right. I think another big thing that, I mean, maybe you guys can talk about as well is progressions are so important. Like when you guys get back to the gym, like I know a lot of you girls are probably not just going to get up on that high bar and throw your 2 release skills back together. Like you'll probably start back.
Go for the giant!
Go for the giant! Yeah, I'm always yelling at Maya to just go for the giant. But progressions, I do believe in progressions.
There's a point for progressions, and this is it.
Right. So how do you guys think you'll tackle getting back into some of those big skills? Like your vaults are, they're also big skills. Lexi, she's our level 8, and she flips for Yurchenko as well. So kind of getting back into that progression.
Definitely like starting with the basics and just doing the skills before your main hard skills is something important, because you don't want to just jump in and then get hurt and have to be out for even more. So definitely just focusing on the little things to lead you up to your normal skills. And it might be frustrating because you just want to go in and do everything, but you just gotta like remember that gymnastics is really hard to come back from for like even like a week. So just remember all the little things.
I like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey ladies, you guys have any other questions here? Oh, Savannah, let me get you right there. Go ahead, Savannah.
Okay, did you tell them about the remodeling for the gym?
We have not told people yet, but yes, we are remodeling the gym a little bit, making it bigger and better. Well, not bigger, but better. Awesome.
It looks like Eddie's got another question.
All right, Eddie, I'm coming to you. There you go, honey.
So I've had a lot of exciting things going on in my life. So how do you like balance all those fun, exciting things with like doing your workouts? And like, what are some words that remind you like you still have to do your workouts even though you're doing all like everything?
I think that something that helps remind me is getting updates from my teammates that they're also working out and doing things. And I don't know who said it, but like say you want to do like 2 fun things with your family, just setting that goal in the morning. Like I may need to like practice my press handstand or my handstand for a minute, see how long I can hold it, and then I can do the fun stuff that I want to do. So just kind of being aware of maybe the stuff that you need to get done and kind of doing that first thing in the morning or something like that. So then you have the rest of the day to do the fun things that you want to do. That's something that's definitely helped me for sure.
Awesome. Jay, did you have a question, honey? Go ahead.
So April is like the month of my whole, like my family that is like it's everyone's birthday. Like, and like even today is my aunt's birthday, and in a couple of days it's gonna be my dad's. And we're doing a lot of FaceTiming, buying gifts. So like it's not really like working out. Like it's like you're in your bed going on Amazon and getting gifts for everyone. Like how do I find time to do that? Like I know I forgot who was saying it, like make goals and like in the morning and just like have a schedule. And like with schedules, like schedules really don't work out for me because my mom says like wake up at 9 and we're gonna do homework till 3, and then my dad comes to work and then it's kind of hard to fit everything in.
Yeah, maybe if we're sharing your scheduling goals with your mom, So she knows what's important to you, and then you guys can work on making a schedule together that works for you and for her. Because I'm sure she's got some ideas too about what she wants her schedule to look like. But maybe you guys can talk about it and make it work together if you plan it together.
I think that's a good idea. Mm-hmm. All right, Lexi, you are unmuted.
31 days until my birthday, y'all. That's it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be 14.
You're 14. Oh my. Too scary. Too scary.
Hey, that's all I had to say.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing.
Preston, do you want to share anything about how you're doing with your fun new apparatus?
Well, I'm not really doing a lot. I just like go on bike rides and like work out, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like, first thing I do is I wake up and do school. Well, I eat breakfast and then do school. And then I normally work out. And then I do whatever like my family wants to do, I should say. Because I don't know what to do because I'm bored. So, yeah.
How's that fun little...
Are you wearing your brace right now, Press?
Yeah.
How's
it's hard to rock.
Do you want to show us what it looks like? You picked out a really cool color. Isn't that cool?
Wow.
Like, it kind of looks like a leotard.
It does.
I know, she's fancy.
Are you having an okay time sleeping in your brace?
Yeah, actually. It's not that bad.
Good.
Well, I'm glad you were able to get your brace.
Awesome.
Good. Awesome. Well, I think that, let's see,
Maya has a question.
Oh, yeah.
Maya's got one.
So I'll go up the stairs, getting my computer charger done.
No problem. Oh, my dog is. He's everywhere. Keith, you said you had a question?
Maya has one.
Okay. I'm fine. Oh, there she is. Maya, you're up.
How did dyeing your hair go?
Oh, it didn't work out. For the girls that don't know me, I actually have blonde hair, and it's like very blonde. And 2 nights ago, I was like, let's dye my hair purple. And so we went to the store. My fiance tried to dye my hair purple, but it came out, I mean, it's kind of purple.
Yeah, it's like fuchsia.
Yeah. But it definitely wasn't what we thought it would be.
I'll say I successfully dyed it the color that
Yeah. It's successfully dyed, but it's yeah, I have naturally blonde hair, and now it's so. It was fun though. I love to dye my hair crazy colors. So.
Thanks. Oh, Eddie's got her hand up.
Okay, we're going to Eddie.
So if you know me, I really like to do press handstands. And the other day I tried to do one and I only did one, and that's kind of disappointing for me because I usually do a lot more than that in a row. So like if you like the skills that you're good at with like strength that you can do at home, have you like, is it hard for you to do those now since you're not in the gym every day?
Definitely. I mean, I think like it's like unfortunate obviously, but there's going to be a lot of things that like might have been a lot easier before, and like we might start to see like aren't as easy anymore, and that's just the nature of like not like we used to be in the gym almost like every day. So like you have to expect those things to happen, but I think that's good that you're still like you said, you did one, which is still like really good. And I think if you continue to do that, you'll eventually, okay, she usually does like 3 in a row. I think like even if you continue to do like that one a day, you'll get back to how you used to do like 3 in a row, because I mean, it's a lot more like self accountability now that we aren't like practicing all together. So yeah, I'd say if you loved, like if presses were like your thing, you just have to like don't be discouraged by the fact that you couldn't do 3, but just like be proud of like that one, and then if you do it like every day, then you should be back to how you were.
I love
I saw an interesting post the other day that I was going to send you, Kels, but I'll read you what it says because I thought it was really. I read it and I was like, yeah, okay. So this is from a gymnastics coach, and they said, "You know what this quarantine is doing for our sport? It's exposing the posers. How do we know the difference between a gymnast and a girl wearing a leotard? The gymnasts are at home and driving their parents crazy because the panel mat is in the middle of the kitchen and there are footprints all over the walls and every line on the floor is a balance beam. Just food for thought. Which one are you?"
Ooh, you know what's so funny is there's a purple panel mat that lives on our living room floor right now.
Yep, there's one in my garage.
I like that though. One thing we've been kind of talking about is like this is kind of like the great equalizer. Like, so talent can only go so far, and it's going to be hard work that gets you guys through this. So you can be an extremely talented gymnast, but the people that are going to come out stronger, better, faster, ready to get back in the gym are going to be people who like to work hard. And so, and you don't have to work hard every day. Like, you listen to your body, take rest if you need, and you know, when you're ready, get back into it. But those hardworking girls, they're gonna be the ones that are gonna come back a little bit faster from the ones who just eat potato chips every day. But I do love potato chips though.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that you guys have got an opportunity to figure out for yourselves during this quarantine is what motivates you. You know, and if you can find that motivation internally to use to work on your goals and to do all of these things that you know, we've been talking about, that you can come out of this successfully and still pick back up where you left off. You know, there's going to be a bit of a transition time, but Kels and I were on a Zoom call the other day with our Flip Fest family, and somebody said this phrase, "make it matter." And that resonated so much with both of us that, like, if you don't make this time matter, then it was a waste of time, you know? So figure out what's important to you, what you want to get out of it, and how to do it, and make this time matter.
I love it. Yeah. Awesome. I feel like that's a perfect way to end this meeting. Make it matter.
Make it matter.
Awesome. Well, to all the U of I girls, thank you so much for coming on. We really super appreciate it. I know the girls were all really jazzed up and excited.
So much.
So
girls, do you want to give them a round of applause?
No.
Oh, yes. Beautiful.
Wait, I'm going to try to unmute everyone so we can all do our, unmute all. There we go. We're all unmuted. So we typically do a little drum roll at the end of our practices, and then we go 1, 2, 3, CGA GUR. Is that right?
CGA Pumas.
CGA Pumas. I always thought the GUR is the preschool. Yeah. So if you guys want to join us in our little countdown, does anyone on here super want to count down? Wasn't it? Oh, where it is?
Genevieve and Eddie and.
Alexa, you haven't counted down in a while. You want to count down for us, girl?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
1, 2, 3.
CGA. Awesome. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Bye, everybody. We miss you.
Don't forget my presents.
I got you, Lex.